and welcome back to another OG Schäfchen certified video. In today's video, we have something pretty special for you guys because we have this absolutely beautiful white car. And you're probably wondering, Mr. Schiebner, you're so beautiful and so handsome, but you've already reviewed BMW 1M. Why are you doing it again? And to this, I can only say, sit down, buckle up, because this one here is different. This is the BMW that BMW actually didn't want to make, because this one here has a V8 under the hood. It's a beautiful BMW 1M with the glorious S65 out of the M3 E92. So in theory, this should be the best BMW M ever created. We have to thank beautiful Louis over here for coming here and showing us this car. This guy is very close to being a regular on the channel because he already brought us the X3M a few weeks ago, and you didn't really see much of him because he was absolutely rest fit. Today it's a bit better because he's here on a loan, so I think he drove the car here, which means he's obviously sober. He gave us the keys to this beautiful car. Sometime in the last video where we reviewed the 1M, I think I said that this car would be really cool if it had a V8 in it. But can you imagine this with a V8? That would be so sick. Das Sommerhit. Genau das Sommerhit.
Sommerhit.
Das ist ja eigentlich perfekt. Das ist ja wie ausgemacht.
Ja?
Das war eigentlich schon davor ausgemacht. God's Engine. S65. 8500 RPM. 420 horsepower. So muss ein Auto klingen, meine Freunde. I am already a very big fan of it and I haven't even sat in the car yet. I think this is going to be one of the greatest cars we ever reviewed yet. At least I feel it a little bit in my balls. Before we get to driving, this car initially started out its beautiful life as a BMW 123 diesel. Not very exciting, I know, but they completely converted it with all original BMW parts to be as close to the BMW 1M as possible. So we have the white fenders in the front, we have the white fenders in the rear, we even have the M3 axles that the original 1M also has. The only thing they didn't buy at the BMW dealership was the 1M engine because they went for the M3 engine, as we guys already saw. So basically we have a hybrid between an M3 E90 and the 1M. Combined into one car. We have this, very beautiful. Mir ist kalt.
Ja, fix.
Alright, my beautiful friends, family, viewers, whatever is going on right now. We are sitting in the car BMW didn't want to make. Why did BMW not want to make this car? Why do I keep saying this? We tested the regular 1M, and I've already told you in the last video, this car is so good, the only thing missing is the little increase in horsepower. Then it would be literally one of the best cars BMW has ever created, in my opinion. So with the N54 that the regular 1M has, you can tune it, you can put a downpipe on it, you can, do like the little ECU stuff, and then eventually you will get like 450, 500 horsepower, and then you have the power level that I think this car truly deserves. Or you can make it the hard way, and you can put a V8 S65 into the car. I haven't tested it yet, but in theory, this should be so good today that it should absolutely blow myself out of the socks and make me fall in love with this car. So much that I'm gonna end up buying it, maybe. I don't know.
This one. Or we build a better one.
No, the problem is, because BMW back then, they released the M3 E90, E92, whatever, and the 1M was supposed to be the little brother. So they had to kind of restrain it. They have to hold it back so it's not better than the actual M3, because then what's the point of having the M3? So this car, in theory, should be better than the M3 E90, because I really liked how the 1M handled. The only thing missing was the little punch. This engine gives it that punch. This car, however, is the regular 123 diesel. I really have to say, the sitting experience, or like the inside experience, was a bit nicer than the regular 1 Series because it felt more genuine. Here you have, I think these are probably still from the normal 123 diesel. The door cards, Mani's complete door cut on the side is falling apart. The steering wheel feels very interesting. It's not bad. This here is all scratched up. I don't know what the that is. I think that's from the M3. The 1M, I don't remember it being this ugly. And then obviously some of the button placements are off because it kind of looks like they made it like aftermarket.
Was ist das?
Da ist irgendwie auch Chat Rustig drin. Da ist der Getränkehalter. The problem with this car right now is, on the inside at least, you can feel it that it didn't start out its life as a glorious M car. It started out its life as a regular 123 diesel. And honestly, it smells in here like a 123 diesel. I know you guys obviously can't taste through your laptop wherever you're watching the video, but I can tell you, it smells like an old BMW diesel car. sitting in an E46 323 diesel. If you've ever sat in one of those cars, you know exactly what smell I'm talking about. And you have this in here, which kind of throws me off a little bit. But we're not here to judge the smells, we're here to judge the driving. We're gonna get to that in a second, because I wanna talk more to give you guys more impressions of this car. The gear shifter, although it looks very ugly, we have a very short throw in it, which definitely is not from factory, because the 1M, the real 1M, was way smoother than this. This kind of feels like you have feels like a short throw shifter. I'm not 100% sure if I like it yet or not, but we're gonna find it out later. Honestly, just from the sitting perspective, I was more convinced in the regular 1M. And that gets me to a point. This car, Louis told us, he bought it at a very well-known German dealership. I think he used to do YouTube as well. Simon Motorsport. And this car was around 50,000 euros. For 50,000 euros, you can also buy a regular 1M, and you can put a V8 into it by yourself, probably. And that, I think, might actually be the smarter idea than to buy whatever this is and then convert it completely to kind of match a 1M. So if I would do it, I would probably do it this way. But then again, you would probably get murdered by some BMW 1M enthusiasts for putting this engine into the car and whatever. I don't care. That's just how I would do it. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about this specific car. We also have to say that Louis himself is not really happy with this car. Fun story really quick. I haven't had much contact with this guy, but I already like him a lot, because not only did he give us the X3M to test, 2 days after we did the X3M video, he's like, yo, I just randomly bought this 1M with the V8. I'm coming to you next week and you have to review it. So this is how this all came together. This guy is very spontaneous, and yeah, he told us he's not very happy with how the car is. He didn't look at it before he purchased it. He had to do quite a lot of things to get the car roadworthy. He had to put like 6,000 euros into the engine, because obviously rock bearings, S65's favorite.
Yes.
You know how it is. So started off with that. Then you have all these parts that are just coming loose on the inside. We're gonna show you something in the engine bay again really quick later when we stop. It's really funny. On paper, doing the S65 swap to an 1M, or like even a 123 and converting it to 1M, might sound really cool and really, you know, fun, and it's gonna be a cool car. But no matter how much effort you put into it, buying a car from factory that has been created by BMW themselves already is always just gonna be a little bit better. That's what I'm trying to say right now, before we tested the car, just like from a visual perspective, you know? Because then you have a car that you know everything's working, you don't have stuff that doesn't belong into the car. Yeah, it's just the way how it is with these engine swaps, you know?
Yeah.
Verstehst du, was ich meine?
Yeah, verstehe schon.
So the only thing how this can go a positive way compared to the 1M is if it completely blows me away while driving. So we're gonna find it out right now. Alright, so it is time for the showdown. We're gonna find out just how good this swap really is, and if this truly is the car BMW should have built, instead of building the 1M how they did it. Ich stehe voll drin, dritter Gang. Hochdrehzahlmotor, das heißt, er braucht eine Drehzahl, damit was passiert einmal.
Ja.
Deswegen schon, guck mal runter. Okay.
Ist schon geil.
I really have to say, I don't think I've ever driven a stock S65. Ich glaube, ich bin immer nur Kompressor gefahren.
Ich glaube, das taugt da.
Ich glaube auch. I'm a huge fan of these engines. I really like them, but never driven one in stock form, naturally aspirated. So this is going to be really nice. But the good thing about these stock S65s, they are at least more reliable than supercharged ones, which is a huge plus point, because if you guys know, I'm having a really bad time with mine most of the time. Let's focus here on this beautiful white pocket rocket. So far, I have to say, it feels pretty good, but it doesn't feel like the 1M. It feels way more like an M3 E92, like a nimble and swift M3 E92. Obviously, we need more RPM. So let's downshift one more into second gear and find out what this car truly is about. So blendet. Unten raus ist es schon sehr wert. Aber da kommt man jetzt. Yeah. This car needs a lot of RPM to truly be alive, honestly. Da liegt Schnee auf der Straße. Flashbacks to E30. The gearing is so long. It feels
so long.
so long. I don't know. Second gear goes until forever, and this car needs the RPM. I honestly think the first thing I would do if I would have this car is I would sell it and get a proper 1M, and then put the V8 in a proper 1M, and then get a short differential for the back, like a Drexler or something, because this is way too long right now. This engine has no torque at the bottom.
Ja, klar Klatschen geht da nicht, oder? Ist doch geil, oder? Yes! Ah, das war ja. Oh, Sound ist schon geil.
Yeah. It sounds sick, don't get me wrong. That's really, really cool. Obviously, the exhaust could be a bit more. We're driving on summer tires right now and we have snow on the road sometimes, so I have to be a bit careful.
Oh! Ah.
Zweiter Gang Klatschkick im Lassen. It's way too high geared. It needs shorter gearing or a shorter differential. Something. Just give it something. Otherwise I have to shift to first gear all the time. And I don't like drifting in first gear. It's something for I'm not a
Jetzt!
Er kriegt keine Drehzahl bei uns. Das gibt's doch nicht. Bin ich im vierten Gang oder was? You really need a lot of RPM to get this car to go sideways. Haben die das Dieselgetriebe drin gelassen oder was? Bro, whatever gearbox is inside this car, whatever gearing, it would definitely need to be shorter. Bro, on paper this car sounded so sick. But right now...
Would you rather?
Ja, spinnig!
Would you rather have an open diff or a longer diff?
Ich kann's doch nicht einmal sagen. Boah. Okay, I've never driven a stock M3E90. If you have one, let me know. Is it like this with the stock M3E90? Because this is, bro, the stock 1M felt way better to drift than this. Today I woke up 100% certain that this is gonna be one of the nicest cars we've driven so far. But this right now feels very unconvincing, I would say. The engine is great, don't get me wrong. I love the engine, but this here and the differential in the back really needs some work. Or a supercharger in front, that could also help. But honestly, I love the naturally aspirated S65. I think it's great because you can push it, and it won't break like with the supercharger. But then you really need to upgrade this to be a shorter, or like at least the differential in the back needs to be shorter geared. Bro, look at it, it's completely wet outside. We're driving on summer tires, it's so
cold,
minus
wet.
4 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
This car should go sideways easily, but you saw it, I'm clutch kicking, and then the car just doesn't have the torque in the bottom end. And this is what the 1M, the normal one, has because it's turbocharged. On the contrary side though, if you use this car for like a racetrack use, I think this is really cool. I think for racetrack use this actually makes more sense because on the racetrack you have it in high RPM anyway. You can just completely push it. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit more testing. We're gonna still not finish with this one. So let's go. One more thing I want to show you guys really quick before we go and test this car further. This one's chat video ausgeschnitten. Also here, spray paint and everything. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think a bisschen Bastelbude is way. I think the car has a lot of potential, but right now with this setup, it's really not what I expected it to be. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. I do love the booty of the 1M still. I do love it. It's so beautiful. And then obviously you have the glorious V8 in it. You just need the right setup to make it work properly. I think with the right gearing and everything, with this engine in the front, it's an absolute killer. It's an absolute killer, but you can't do it like this. I think they just put the regular M3E90 gearbox into it and just a regular M390 diff, and I don't think that's the right way. You need to have it shorter geared to truly have fun with it, otherwise it's just too underpowered at low RPMs. You guys saw it, there's no way. Gonna have to try it a bit more in first gear now to get those RPMs up. I'm not a big fan of first gear drifting like I already said, but gotta do what we gotta do. So let's make it work, let's make it happen. I don't wanna give up, this car is too beautiful to give up. All right, I can't hate on it too much, I'm gonna be honest. But you guys see, I'm fully second gear, full throttle, just not a lot happening. But like I already said, I think this is probably more for like a racetrack. I honestly think on a racetrack, with this setup, you're gonna have a lot of fun. But here for these roads, I would definitely go for a different setup. Obviously, once you push it, once it gets those high RPMs that it truly needs, it's fun. It opens up the car and it becomes completely different. Bro, these conditions today are also not the best, I really have to say. With the summer tires, here in these conditions, it sketches me out quite a lot. And I'm usually not sketched out, but this is not my car and I don't really want to crash it. likes those first gear sections, man. All right, I'm gonna have to shift back into first gear now for this one here. Oh yeah. Okay. Ah. I really hate doing this at those high RPMs. But it unfortunately doesn't work any other way. Okay, here's the snow. Alright, the only good thing about this car, it revs so high, so you can do everything in first gear, but I would still prefer to have a shorter differential and do it in second gear, honestly. But now like this, it works. I was a bit worried about the balance of this car being the big heavy V8 in the front compared to the smaller N54 that these cars regularly have. I thought maybe it's gonna be a bit too front heavy and understeer a lot, but it feels really, really nicely balanced, honestly. I'm actually a pretty big fan of the balance of this car. Like I already said at the start, it feels more like an M3 E92 than a 1M, just like a shorter, nimble version of the M3 92. Ah jo, was sagst du von außen?
Nicht schlecht, oder?
Ja.
Zappig gescheit.
It sounds really good, it looks really good, but these S65s, pushing them to these high RPMs, it's really cool because they rev so high, but every time you rev them so high, it just feels wrong. It feels like the engine is gonna explode.
This car is like a girl with makeup. From the outside it's beautiful, but without the makeup...
Was ist das Make-up dann beim Auto?
Das raucht.
Yeah, okay. What can I say? 1M V8, 123 diesel V8. I think the general concept of this is really, really cool. I like that it feels very much like an M3 E92. The cool thing about this is with the shorter wheelbase, it is way more nimble to play around. So you can have actually more fun than with an M3 E92. The only thing, I said it a million times in this video before, too short geared or it needs more power. So either you put a big supercharger on it or you just get another differential, which would probably be, honestly, I would prefer this with a shorter differential because it would make everything last a bit longer. Then you can also drift in second gear easily. You don't have to rev so high, and not having a supercharger means your car will probably run 24/7, unlike my E90. One more thing I would do, probably KW V3s to get the car lower to ground, but he's a good guy, he ordered it already, so we should be good with that. Add some wide wheels on it and then you have a proper Sheepman machine. All in all, the more I got to drive it, the more familiar I got with how everything worked, how the power band and everything worked, and I got a little bit more comfortable with driving it. I think if you would give me a few more hours with this car, it would be a really fun vehicle to own. Right now with this setup, I see it more on the racetrack than on these roads, but I think on a racetrack this would be amazingly fast and fun to drive. So to summarize everything, it is a really great concept. I think I would probably do it with a proper 1M. Then you just have the quality right from the start. Then you just have everything how it's supposed to be in the inside and also on the outside, and you don't have something that feels a little bit off. Also, I think Lewis got a little bit ripped off for paying 50,000 for this, because it really doesn't feel finished. He's gonna put some work into it, he told us. He's taking care of it, but paying 50,000 for something like this truly feels diabolical. 123 diesel with the V8. I mean, it is done pretty well. You have all the original parts, but like we already said in the beginning of the video, it feels just a little bit off inside. But yeah, he likes doing projects, so he's gonna take care of it. So to answer the big question that you guys probably have, is this better than the original 1M? Like it is right now, I think I would prefer the original one because it has all the torque from the bottom end. But if you put a little bit more work into the V8 version, I think the V8 truly is a beast and the way to go. And also it's pretty cool having a V8 in such a small 1 Series, to be honest. Yeah, so you don't really have a definite answer. Great job, Sheepman. If you would put both cars right next to each other, the orange one that we tested and this white one, I would probably honestly go for the orange one because the car overall just felt better on the inside as well. And I really like turbocharged 6 cylinders. But yeah, it's going to be a hard choice. I'll leave it up to you guys. Kind of really depends what you want in your car. Do you want a V8 or do you want a turbocharged 6 cylinder? That's honestly the only thing that's really separating those two cars. So with that, on the Sheepman scale, I would rank it one below the original 1M. Und du brauchst der KW. Louis, Dankeschön, Hovederi. Sehr nett gewesen. Aber geiles Auto ist trotzdem gewesen. Also mir taugt es wirklich sehr, muss ich sagen. Jo, Hovederi.
Falls das Autos sind, testen hab's, schreib's drunter, schreib's uns auf Instagram und habt Merch.
Der Subi könnt auch noch gewinnen übrigens. Don't forget about the Subi.